Hey beer lovers, Nitch here. This is your weekly beer news wrap up. Every Thursday I make these videos. The thing is this week I don't have my computer, so I have no way of editing and putting in fancy photos like I normally do. As you can see behind me, I'm out in the countryside. I'm helping to cater a music festival, so I don't have my computer to write anything fancy, but I did take notes along what it was that I found that was interesting, so let's talk about some things. Omegang, they're known for doing all sorts of Belgian style beers really, really well. They recently as well just did a collaboration with Leafmans, I believe. That sounds like a lot of fun. The thing is, last year they delved into the IPA world, and it did so incredibly well that this year they're making a double IPA. So last year's was called Nirvana. If you've had that, I'm sure it was delicious. I heard great things. This year it's called Great Divide. You can't get out of the fact that IPAs are some of the best sellers. That's what it is. And driving all of that is the Oregon craft beer scene, which numbers are out, and guess what? The Oregon craft beer scene is expanding and doing really, really well. If you want to see numbers on that, you guys can check the link below. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to do this, but I'm just going to put links to all the stuff that I'm talking about down there so you can follow what I'm saying, but I just don't have any visuals for you this week. What I'm excited about, for sure, because it means it's getting so much closer to possibly being in my mouth, is Trillium. They are canning. So Trillium is a brewery. They've been open about 3 years now. They make this East Coast IPA style. They apparently just have some of the best East Coast IPA. Debatable whether or not it's a style. We can get into that another time. They make amazing beer from what I hear, and I haven't had it. But them starting to can means potentially it's something that'll be able to travel. And if you're looking at getting me other presents besides Trillium, you can get me one of the don'tdrinkbeer.com shirts. So if you don't know about this blog, it's one of my favorites to follow. Really funny, beer-centric, and some great shirts. They're going to be available only for 14 days, so preserve your virginity and support Barley Wine Couture. I'm probably going to get one. Another blog that I follow a lot of is the Beerness. If you don't know who she is, she's the person on the planet for beer cuisine, for making things with beer in it and pairing things with beer as well. And she just has beautiful visuals, and she's a great cookbook. And if she was able to, I'm sure that she would submit to this festival that's going on in Portland. Portland Brewing Company is having a beer for dessert contest. So beer-infused cupcakes. Sounds delicious. I want all of those. Pubcakes, when I lived in San Diego, that company, I don't know if you still exist, but you made some amazing cupcakes. So other things that I follow when I do my news stuff, I just follow a lot of different channels. One of them that I've been following a lot recently, which is interesting, is a website called The Drunken Goat. Not entirely sure what their deal is. They basically just steal news articles from all the other beer publications and don't cite back to the other sources. So if you want to check out Drunken Goat, or if you are Drunken Goat, you should probably put your information on where you get your articles, because it's kind of weird sometimes. There is a Vimeo video out that I have on my queue. Haven't watched it yet, but it sounds great. I troll all the beer videos, and this is one I hadn't heard of. It's called The Struggle of Libations, which sounds like a good beer video, so you should watch that. Let me know how it goes. I'm out in the countryside. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to post this, because internet connectivity, it's a commodity when you're traveling. But also in the links below is an infographic for how to best pair your pizza and beer, because, it's important to know what beer goes with what pizza. I'm studying for my Cicerone exam, and it's been helpful for me, that infographic. One thing I did want to really touch on is that Deschutes Brewery out of Oregon, I'm sure you guys know who they are. They make a lovely beer called Black Butte Porter, and apparently they have been hiding something from us for the past 3 years. Little did any of us know, but Deschutes, 3 years ago, in collaboration with Blend Distillery, made a Black Butte whiskey. Oh yeah. They're hoping it will be out this summer, and I'm super, super excited. I'm gonna have to actually have that imported in because I want that. I'm gonna need it. They say they can't actually name it the same as Black Butte Porter. They're gonna have to give some other name because apparently you can't name liquor the same thing as beer. I don't know why. The other thing is I just got done reading this really great article on what a grisette is. Do you know what style of beer is a grisette? It's much like a saison, if you were interested. The article is in the links below, and there's also a great article right below it that I was digging on that talks as well about other old world styles like bière de garde, which is another French style. I guess grisette isn't really a French style because it's in the French-speaking region of Belgium, but I kind of just clump it all together. It's fine. Apparently AB InBev is probably really getting that Saab Miller thing going on in Australia. They had to pay a bunch of money to Lion, who was distributing for them, and blah, blah, blah. Who cares about that? Also in Australia, Tooheys. If you're down there, you know what that is. They had a beer they released about a year ago. It was called the Darling Pale Ale, and then it sucks. Or it sucked, and so they're quitting that. So any of you who are really into Tooheys Darling Pale Ale, I'm sorry, it's being discontinued. But in the excitement of the world, Four Peaks Brewing out of Arizona is getting out of Arizona. When I lived there, Four Peaks had a lovely beer that I was in on. It was like a super smoked thing. It tasted like a campfire, and I really liked it. So congrats that they're expanding, I guess. That's nice. And the other news of like big world breweries, Yuengling is totally fucked up. They have to pay $2.8 million and then upgrade their facilities, another $7 million invested because they violated Clean Water Acts. Wah, wah. Way to go, Yuengling. Who are they even owned by now? I'm not even sure. But that's basically all the news that I saw that I could get my hands on for the past week, which has been pretty busy for me. If you guys want to follow me in the social media stuff, it'll probably make more sense why it is that I'm like wearing a hoodie and sitting in a field, bleachers. I have Instagram, I have the Twitter, I do the Snappy chats, and it's all under tastingniche.com. So I always love hearing from you, and if you get any news like fresh off the press and you want to shoot it over my way, let me know. I keep seeing a lot of repeat stuff. Like last week I told you guys about the Ben & Jerry's thing, and people this week are now just posting it. So the other news pieces are actually good to go back and check out as well, because I feel like people miss some main stuff, kind of like the man in China who was in prison for his beer label because it represented things from Tiananmen Square. That's a big one. Good to follow on that. There are a lot of really interesting beer stories that kind of just get swept under the rug. So go back, watch the other videos, and I'll have another one up next week that's just so much more beautiful with like visuals and probably more concise and exciting. But your feedback is always welcome as well. So that's what I'm up to. Now I'm going to go drink some beer. Oh yeah, we got Stone Brewing in France now, so I have some Stone in my bag. I'm excited. So, merci, à bientôt, et au revoir.